In this episode, we will review Air France business class on a flight from Paris to San Francisco and back, starting with a lounge review in each of the airports. The lounge in Paris is in Terminal E and it's 2M. This terminal has two other lounges, and if you want to see the full review, I've done a separate episode that I will put in the description. This lounge is quite new, it's very big, it's well designed, it has plenty of areas like this relaxing one where you can have a nap, dedicated area for work, or this little corner where you can relax. They have showers and of course plenty of food options with cold salads, warm dishes, coffee and tea stations, and a fresh pastry and bread. So I'm at the airport at San Francisco, going to drop the bags now. Their business class check-in is just a counter, and they're not the same as in Paris, but there was not many people and I'm very much in advance. So I'm gonna check the lounge, and the one I get access to this business is the Air France lounge here, and it's my first time at this airport, so we'll let you know how it is. Welcome to the new lounge. It's quite nice, well, it doesn't feel crowded, but it's, I would say, rather small for the amount of people. It has the usual section with the food, with a lot of choice, and everything looks really nice. They have cooked salmon and meat, they have soup, and a lot of fresh salads, fruits, desserts, and cheese selection. And I would even say it looks and tastes better than the lounge in France. They definitely have a better selection of freshly cooked food and fish that was grilled, and it was really tasty. What I appreciated the most is a lot of fresh vegetables, and then they have quite a few areas, and the design of the place is pretty new, so you can see that the furniture is new and recently refurbished, which is also very nice. There's a few small corners, so you have a lot of sitting space. Then they have the bar section where you can order drinks in addition to selection on wines and champagne, and they have showers. So I've learned that it's actually opened this year only in June, and we're in November, so it's really brand new, and you can tell. I came to check the shower room that they have, and I must say it's really nice. Super clean. It also has the hair dryer, which is very handy. And that's it for the lounge tour. It's time to board. So I just boarded. Okay, I have the usual. I actually have two. They're super practical, so every time I travel I take one. It all goes into this little compartment. There is sleeping mask, the toothpaste, toothbrush. They have a new cream, the pen, Air France pen. So we have this headphones, which are really nice. And then here's the menu. All sounds very yummy. So this is basically the seat, and it reclines all the way. And then in front of me, food compartment, the seat goes all the way. And I can also put my bag all the way in there, and I have this tray table. It's pretty big. Here you have this little thingy, the lights. That's this. So we have a nice pillow and a blanket. It's so warm now that I'm not gonna use it for a while. So I've got salads. We have a smoked salmon fillet, which is this. Sweet potato and butternut squash mousseline with pumpkin seeds. And then the salad and a little salad dressing. Got a real cutlery, which is always nice. I just finished my starters. I was still missing bread. I don't know why they didn't bring it. So there was a butternut entree and salmon. All of the things tasted really good. So yeah, I discovered that the menu here is made by Ana Sophie Pic, and she has a Michelin-starred restaurant in south of France. And then there's another one that is 1 star that is in Paris. I've actually tried the one in Paris, and it was one of the best flavor profiles actually from among the many Michelin restaurants I tried. And you can actually tell that this menu was made by a chef. So I'm waiting for my main, and I chose chicken. They also had fish, vegetarian option, and meat. And I'm actually very excited about the sauce because in the sauce they had cauliflower and jasmine tea. And this is what I also remember from the Paris restaurant. They had this delicious butter that was flavored with flowers. Probably the most unusual butter I've tasted so far. So I'm really excited about my main dish. This is the salt and the pepper. So cute. I got bread. They had this really tasty bread that for some people they don't have anymore. So now it's this one, which is also good. I mean, that's French bread, so it's always good. Okay, I've got my chicken. So the food in Air France business class is probably my favorite thing. Their seats can be a little hit and miss, especially in older planes, but yeah, the food never disappoints. And these are all of the meals I had in both flights. And because it's 11-hour flight, you have 2 meals, and it's either lunch and dinner or lunch and breakfast. So for both times at breakfast I chose like egg-based dish. It was a frittata and omelette if I remember well. And then these are just the examples of entrees and other dishes from other flights. Overall the food is really good. You also get plenty of these little snacks and you can order them like tea and coffee at any time. So overall it's a very comfortable flight. Obviously, when you fly business class, the biggest advantage is the lay flat seat, and the Air France seats lie down completely flat. You don't get the full beddings like in some of the airlines like Emirates, but you get a pillow and a blanket, and it's plenty enough to sleep comfortably through a long flight. And now, as promised, I wanted to share what is the best way to book business class with Air France. There's plenty of channels that go into details on how you can hack miles and points, but I always found it very complicated and you have to put a lot of effort to actually do it. So the way I usually do it with Air France is by last-minute upgrades. This is not a sure thing, but if you don't go in a super high season, you usually have a few spots left at the time of a check-in, and this is the best value for money. With Air France, this can be done directly in the app, and the key is just be one of the first ones to check in because many people will take advantage of these upgrades because they're very well priced. To give you specific numbers on this particular flight, I booked the premium economy for 1100 and then the last minute upgrade was an extra 300. If I booked the business class off the bat, it would be twice the price. And if you have miles, you can make it almost to zero, and this is what I've done with one of my flights to Thailand. I just paid with miles. It's not a budget option, of course, but when you do the math, it definitely is a very good value for money compared to the full price. And this is going to be it for today. I hope you enjoyed this flight experience, and I'll see you in the next one.